You know when bears go to hibernate for a long time and only to wake up to see everything completely different? Well, that's kind of what I just did in some way. I spent months in this bed only to wake up with a black and purple thing on the top of the screen with tons upon tons of iron golems outside. What did I come back to? Like, seriously, what did I come back to? Something very odd. I don't know how to feel about this. But I know this was a thing. I knew this was a thing, and it's a little weird to see it now that I'm actually playing with it. What's that pickaxe doing on the side of on the side of me? What's that doing there? Oh, look at that. You can actually, okay. This is dumb for me to just realize this, but I kind of love it. I kind of love it. Speaking of things I love, all this protection. All this serious amount of protection. I think we have a force to be reckoned with, as we can see. There's a lot more than I thought. There's a lot more iron golems around here than I thought. They're all over. They are literally all over the place. This is wild. What happened to everything here? There was a huge army of just horses and stuff. Buddy, what happened? It's been a while. I'm very confused. You're a horse rancher, and you're missing some horses. All you got is a scarecrow. Man, I napped for 2 months in that bed, only to wake up to see everything is completely different from where I left off. But I think it's pretty obviously important that because all these iron golems are here, that must mean something's coming. I don't know what's coming, but something definitely is coming. We've been doing what we can to prepare for this, but I'm hesitant to say I'm ready, because I just don't know. I just don't know what's coming. Are we gonna have to deal with a whole army of just skulk and wardens and stuff, or I don't know. I'm kind of worried. I am kind of worried. And I know we have all these things and stuff like that, but it probably be ideal to at least do maybe one or two minor things to help us prepare just that little bit more, one of which could be maybe an escape plan, because I'm never that confident in myself, so just in case things go awry, we should probably think about some form of escape plan. Probably be ideal just to mine ourselves just a little bit of a ways, a little bit of a tunnel through like a mountain or something like that, just to get us out of the line of fire in the case we are in that situation. Well, that was easy enough. What do I look like when I swim? Pretty much exactly the same, just a little flare. But I think something we really need to think about is more on the lines of defenses. And yes, we have all the iron golems. Yes, we have most of the wall. There's got to be something else we can do, because at the moment, like, we're mostly prepared. It's just like we're not quite completely prepared. Also, I love how the cape just like blows in the wind when walking forward, but then when I walk back, it's like exactly like normal. Just weird things like that. I don't know. I like whatever add-on we're using for this whole like animation thing. Something that might be worth doing right now is just like sending out a call to some of my friends right now, because yeah, they might have a better idea as to what's going on around here. Wait. Hold on. Wait, what happened to my sign? What happened to my sign? Someone has touched my sign. Oh, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. If that is not a sign that war is coming, then I don't know what is. But in a time of war, in a time of crisis, there's only really one thing I can think about doing. Something that's classic, but very effective. While scrolling through the crafting table, I noticed something called a Tidal AV Crystal Tube Entity something or whatever, which is actually pretty cheap, and it looks good. That's all I could say about it. It looks good and potentially extremely powerful, which honestly at this point is all I'm looking for at the moment. Now I look like I'm skipping along. Doesn't it look like I'm kind of skipping along now? I am having way too much fun with this animation stuff. But alright, let's see what this thing actually is. It's a tube. That's it, it's a tube. Honestly, from the crafting table, it looked like a bomb or something like that. But nope, it's just a tube. But let's place it down. It's just a tube. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Can I put anything in it? No? Man. What a waste of time. Speaking of a waste of time, you know, I am an optimist. I am hopeful that in time we will be able to defeat whatever evil is coming our way. But just in case, it would probably be nice to not only have an escape plan, but maybe someplace we could go to. Which is why I kind of want to make an emergency bunker, just in case. You never know. You never know what could happen. This doesn't need to be anything fancy, just good enough for me to survive in the case of a worst case scenario, which is I guess what we're calling it, worst case scenario. We're not just in worst case scenario, we are in worst case scenario, which is, we don't want to be there. We don't want to be there. This probably isn't going to be big enough, if I'm honest, but, you know, we're getting there. But before that, Crown actually got my message, so let's pop over to his base again and just have a chat with him for a sec.
So what's the deal?
I have some concerns and some questions because I go to sleep, I take a nap, I go bear nap for 2 months, and I come back and the entirety of Solo City just looks different. All my horsemen guards are gone and replaced.
Oh yeah, I moved them out. They're gonna come back near the, oh yeah, sorry. It's really annoying to get those back on the expressway once you get them off, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just moved out temporarily to go help me clear out some skulk, but they'll be back once the battle is commencing. But I still left the iron golems there. They can if they outnumber a warden about 5-1, they can take it out, which is good.
So
and they can take a couple hits.
I've been hearing rumors about this whole like warden skulk attack. Is that what's happening?
It's coming up soon. I've heard that from my advisors, specifically Bane, that you're going to be victim to an attack soon, which is why I've been giving you all the stuff to defend. And, oh, you replanted your trees. But yeah, I've been hoping to get you prepared to defend against all this skulk stuff. Turns out there's actually a nearby outbreak of infections, so I've been taking care of that. Yeah, those towers, they're in the midst of a bunch of skull.
I never even thought of coming out here to check this out. And, ooh, dear.
There's a lot. Maybe Chungus, but I'm not 100%. I think those are the only people that we know.
I might have gotten infected too. Maybe. Because I remember the other day, like, Bane was bringing up the fact that, oh, what's his guts? Max was infected.
Yes.
And I may or may not have had to fight him unintentionally. So I may or may not be infected now.
Well, if it was recent, then that's probably just like a stage 1 infection, which means you're probably asymptomatic, which makes sense why you wouldn't be having too many differences as to normal, but still, I think it's in your best interest to begin taking the necessary precautions to slow down your infection rate while we get cured.
Fair.
I don't know if you've been in Cristelia for a little while. Do you want to go check that out?
It's been a bit. We can. Man.
Where are you right now? We have a little bit of stuff.
I'm at Cristelia.
Oh, you were across it. All right. Well, we have I've started getting some new stuff. I found a jungle tree with a bunch of cocoa beans on it. So I've started a cocoa bean farm and I have a wheat farm. So you know what that means? Cookies. I love cookies.
Hey, just what we need in a time of crisis. Some cookies.
These are like the only uninfected cows that I found because I found a bunch of like irradiated cows.
Yeah.
But this is good for steaks.
Oh, out of curiosity, kind of side point. So I was working on an in case of emergency bunker. With you on my side, do you think that's necessary?
I think honestly, having just an emergency location is good. Like I have one of my own, far from here, but I just use elytras and planes to get over there. It's stocked with a little bit of stuff, but it's just in case like Cristelia gets taken over.
You know, okay, I don't even need to make a bunker. I know where I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna say it on camera, but I know where I'm gonna go in the case of a worst case scenario.
Alright. This is the lab. This is where I conduct my research on infected people. I've also been working on something called the Sun Core that is basically just a floating light source, which will be very convenient for when we need to light up entire cities. Oh yeah, this is the wormhole. You've probably seen it. It
Ooh.
takes you to different areas.
As someone who has had his experience once or twice with things like that, I can understand why he could be a bit nervous.
Is this your tank? Who put this here?
Yes,
Is
absolutely,
your tank?
yes.
Okay.
Sure. And it's totally not
Okay.
someone else's that I'm just gonna take home with me.
That's basically it. Oh yeah, let me get you some antibiotics real quick because
Oh,
you're gonna
right,
want to
right.
take these. You're gonna want to take the. That's the reason why I can't get over here. You're gonna want to take these pretty frequently, about like once per day. Um, I'll just give you 32 right now, just so that should tie you over for about a month.
Alright. Many thanks, many thanks.
I actually, truth be told, I'm scheduling a meeting with the Cult of Dinnerbone to discuss a temporary ceasefire until I cure the virus.
If this virus continues, and with how, like, fervent it's been around the place, I don't know how likely a ceasefire is happening.
Well, I mean, it's bad for them too, because if we get in contact, they'll remember combat will infect them. So while they're getting infected, they're gonna start losing, and I'm the only one who's working on a cure. So if we're like having a war, I could just withhold the cure from them, quarantine them, and then they could like just die from infection. So it's in their best interest.
Well, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Much more of a
Just
shot than what I just
apply.
did to that tank.
Yeah, it's not the best. I'm gonna hope this is like
I'm
salvageable. Oh man.
I'm just gonna leave that there for now. Pretend I never knew anything about tanks, and just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.